Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They passed the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And we are underway on a Monday night. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
A terrific athlete, started at wide receiver before becoming the starting quarterback at Texas A&M, and also took his studies pretty seriously as well. He was a biology major at Texas A&M, planned to become an orthopedic surgeon, but being the 8th pick in the NFL draft, that paid just a little bit better.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Balaj. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Balaj. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And he gets this one to Bruce Ellington. And he's got this down to the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
They'll run here with Balaj. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop. The Miami Dolphins starting lineup now, and Kenyon Drake, a guy to watch.
He has the ability to affect the game in so many different ways. In the return game, bringing it back himself. Also can be a gunner on the punt coverage team and did that very well at Alabama. But has the ability to run the ball in the backfield as well as catch it. Kenyon Drake, you can use him so many different ways.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, Tannehill. And incomplete. He was looking for Parker that time, and that'll bring up second down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. To throw is Tannehill. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Forbath will put this one through, and the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board, and a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
So here come the Patriots now on offense. Under center will be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold.
I love how he exploded on the national scene his redshirt freshman year when, at the beginning of the season, he was not named the starting quarterback. But when USC was struggling, he got an opportunity. And by the end of the year, the Rose Bowl MVP, an epic shootout with Penn State, and put him on the NFL radar in a big way.
They go play action here on first down. On the crossing route, complete. It's Gordon. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Tannehill hands to Drake. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Draw play. Tannehill gives to Drake. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kenny Stills taking it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Kai Forbath on for the extra point. Forbath, the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and that'll bring up second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Darnold. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
To throw on second down is Darnold. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Darnold from the gun. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's complete to Parker, left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Drake off the give from Tannehill. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there, and it'll make it 2nd down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Drake. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Calais Campbell on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
So we played a quarter here on the opening Monday night of the new season. 10-zip our score, and we'll be back to South Florida after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. They run it with Balazs. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Right back to him on 1st down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage. I really liked what he did there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Here's Tannehill. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Here's a run with Balaj. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Returning it, Carlos Henderson. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Room to run inside the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. And how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots get a score closer.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Santos with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now. The field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return is Henderson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
On first down, Drake. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Well, there's two sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything, and when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this, and in this case, they were actually able to win it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught by Meredith, right side. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And he whips that one incomplete there. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Second down and 10, Darnold. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. A first down throw, Darnold. His throw incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time I'll just walk.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Marcus Golden in there to drop it for his second sack now here tonight.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Faking the give, Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 69 yards. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Santos now to add the PAT. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success so far here in the second quarter. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Tannehill now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Wide open receiver complete. They give him a gain of 37.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Tannehill now to throw. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Trying to get it that time to Stills. They'll start the drive with a giveaway. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, where it was the Saints who come away with the victory at home. The Saints with a strong performance as they get the win at home in the opener. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game has been Ryan Tannehill, who's had the hot hand in the first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off at the 40. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And able to work his way down to the 16.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. On the give, this is Dre. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Right back to Dre. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And following the interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Now a carry for White. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They try to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. They'll go with the keeper. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sam Darnold, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Patriots get a score closer.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterback, so they get low the line. They did their job. Is the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive?
Find a crease and just get in there. And ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Ryan Tannehill becomes a focus of our play. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Running, it's Drake. Twisting away. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Partner, how he managed to get positive yardage out of that run, I have no idea. But a little juking, a little moving, got it done.
Got him 2 yards. On second down, here's Miller. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Dolphins on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Josh Gordon, 58 yards. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Santos with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late.
Holding offense.
So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Here's Tannehill now on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Patriots take over. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The drive starts with a run by White. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And his throw is incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The result of 1st down is a quick slant gets him 14. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
No, check, Patriots!
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try to make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. To throw is Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. He completes it right side to White. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Here's Darnold now on second down. And his throw here's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Nelson Aguilar from 4 yards out. And the Patriots have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
They'll try and run it up the middle, and he will not get there. He comes up short, and they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Well, hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Here's Josh Gordon as he heads back out there now. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. They come out here in the eye. It's a quarterback sneak. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run for it. This is White. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. James White, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Ryan Tannehill and the Dolphin offense back out onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Tannehill will give to Miller on the draw. And they see right through that defensively, as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11.
Good. 30.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They have the lead, still a 1-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Over.
Here's White. White's got a 1st down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Miller. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Dolphins on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is third down and 12. Here's Tannehill. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamal Adams, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. On 1st down, Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. To get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still
So a little
down.
bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for New England, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Miami, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.